Zindagi, Gale Lagale. I'm sure you're wondering if I've gone nuts, but blame it on the beautiful Alia Bhatt who's sitting next to me right here. But Dear Zindagi. So Alia, tell us, Dear Zindagi looks like one of the most sweet slice of life film. If I had to ask you to complete the Dear Zindagi letter, what are the few lines that you would like to say for us?
Firstly, I would like to say that this slice of life I feel has been overused.
Really?
Yeah. I'm changing it around a bit for you. Since Shah Rukh's character in the name is called Jahangir Khan and I fondly call him Jug. Let's say it's a jug of life.
Oh,
instead of a slice of life. It's a full jug.
We want this jug for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to go and sip the jug.
Everybody is going to want to pour a little bit from the jug.
How nice, how nice. But if you had to write a letter to Zindagi, and if it started Dear Zindagi, what would you continue it as?
Yours faithfully, Alia Bhatt.
How sweet. Okay, we see a very interesting chemistry that you and Shah Rukh share on screen, of course. There's that, sweet nok joke. And what was it like off sets with Shah Rukh Khan?
I mean, I had met him a couple of times earlier at parties and stuff, but I never really got to know him as a person. So I think when you meet somebody on set, either you try and get to know the other person, or you talk about different things, or you just do your own thing. We happen to talk a lot and speak, not too much also, but enough to kind of get a feel of one another, and also give each other the required space when required. So I think we had a very easygoing relationship on set, in front of the camera and behind the camera. And obviously initially I was very, very nervous because it was a very big deal for me to be working with him. Since I've always looked up to him, I was even more nervous, and I was feeling like, okay, it's a very big deal, which it is, and I still understand that and I still feel that. But then, because of the way he is with people, the kind of warmth he gives people, he's always so, like, he'll make everything feel okay. Like, he won't make you feel like, kuch problem hai, don't worry, main hu, sab theek ho jayega, ye nahi karna hai to wo kar lete. He has that attitude, which I think is great.
That's really sweet. If you had to tell us 3 things about Shah Rukh that you learned during Dear Zindagi, what would those 3 things be?
Like fun things, I'm thinking. So, number 1, he does not eat. I hope people know that. He doesn't eat food.
Like, Deepika had said the same thing once.
He really rarely eats. Like, and I've never seen him properly eat khana properly. Like, he'll eat if it's, people are saying, khana, haan, meko bhook nahi lagta hai, and all. He's like that. That's one. Did you know he's a very shy person?
Not really. It's Shah Rukh Khan, you always see him on screen.
No, he's a very shy person. And he loves his coffee. Oh. That's about it.
Okay. If he's of course playing your quack, he's the the advisor for you in that sense.
Advisor, I would say, is a very hard word. Like maybe like a friend, a philosopher,
like a life coach.
Yeah, a guide.
So if you were to give him an advice as a co-star, what would your advice to Shah Rukh be? Just like a fun advice.
Fun advice, I think, would be this again. Only just eat, yeah. Khana kha lo, please. At least breakfast kar lo और फिर lunch कर लो. Dinner नहीं करना तो ठीक है, तो breakfast और lunch तो करो.
How sweet. That's very sweet. Okay, and from Bollywood, if you had to pick up a life coach in person for you, who would that be? Who's your life coach?
I don't think there's anything wrong in Shah Rukh being my life coach. I think I'll stick to the life coach that I have.
Okay. What's the best thing that he told you? Of course, he was gushing over you on Coffee with Karan, and he was talking about how does it feel when a superstar says that, he was awed by your performance?
It feels very surreal, to be honest. It doesn't feel real. It feels like it's almost not happening. And I feel very grateful. Yeah, I don't think, to me, I don't like to think too much about kisne kya bola. As opposed to just being grateful for that moment, sharing that moment and living that moment.
Okay. First time you're being directed by a lady director in that sense, and Gauri Shinde has done English for English in the past, and lots of expectations. What was it like to be directed by a female director? Was there any difference at all that you felt?
See, I feel like there's a female actor and a male actor. I feel a director is a director, male or female, it doesn't matter. I can tell you a difference in a person, like she's different to all but she has similar qualities. Because she's a director. Directors are meant to be the captain of the ship. They're very clear what they want. I just feel has a different shade to her, which is, she behaves very, really. Like, she will not be fake at all. And that's what she says it as it is, and that's why there's no waste of time. And she'll tell you as it is, and there is no fakeness to her. And that's what I really like about her.
Okay. When it comes to Alia Bhatt, who's your biggest critique, your father or your sister?
I'm my biggest critique.
But who's that one person who will come and tell you, Alia, you could have done this differently? Is there someone who comes and tells you that? Your mom, maybe?
Karan, maybe.
Okay. Okay. In real life, is Alia a diehard romantic or the kinds who hates couples?
I am a romantic, but it depends, you know. There are times when you're like just going through a breakup and you're like, oh, okay, fine. I'm not very into couples right now, and they're like going cutesy with each other and they're hugging and they're kissing, and you're like, just get away from my face. That happens. That everybody goes through that.
True. Three things. One of the dialogue promos, you say that how these couples are like really irritating.
Hate couples.
Yeah. So tell us three things that you hate about mushy couples when you see them in public. There's something that must be.
देख तो बेबी हमेशा चलता रहता है, मतलब नाम भी है एक दूसरे के, मतलब हर टाइम बेबी वो नहीं होता है. Then I hate when people just sit, you know, no ऐसे नहीं, ऐसे like this, like I find this cool, like okay fine, you know, like we're together.
Yeah.
This is like so codependent. I'm not judging anybody, but थोड़ा सा ऐसे maybe, you know, like you hold your child's hand like that because you don't want the child to get lost.
Guys,
we're adults, we won't get lost.
Guys, don't do that to Alia Bhatt for sure.
Please, I hate it when people hold hands like this. Third thing is I like it when couples can do their own thing. So when you're at a party, if you're in two different corners of the room, but you're still enjoying your time, you don't really have to always be together. So I don't understand couples who are always standing next to each other like Siamese twins. Like I don't get that.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Like I think I would.
You agree?
Yeah,
right?
I totally agree with all three of them.
Superb.
Okay. Do you remember your first breakup and how did you deal with it? How did you cope with it?
Yeah, my first breakup with my first boyfriend when I was 17.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 17 years old. I was very depressed, very upset.
How did you deal with it? Did you do something in particular that you remember now and you're like, it's so funny, did I really do that kind?
I didn't do anything. I just, it took a month and then I didn't get over him, but I was like, ठीक है हो जाएगा.